Emotions poured out at Dodger Stadium as Clayton Kershaw stepped onto the mound for what he revealed would be his final regular season home start. With retirement now on the horizon, every pitch carried extra weight, every cheer felt louder, and the entire night turned into a celebration of a legendary career. After the game, Kershaw opened up about what the moment meant to him, reflecting on the journey, the fans, and the memories that defined his time in Los Angeles. This wasn't just another start, it was a farewell that etched itself into the heart of baseball history. What a moment in baseball history, and what a night at Dodger Stadium. Fans filled the stands not just for another game, but for something much more emotional, something historic. Clayton Kershaw, the face of the Los Angeles Dodgers for nearly 2 decades, took the mound for what he confirmed will be his final regular season home start. After announcing that this season will be his last before retirement, this wasn't just a game. This was a farewell. A chance for fans, teammates, and even opponents to pay tribute to a pitcher who defined an era of baseball in Los Angeles and across the league. And the atmosphere? It was electric, emotional, and unforgettable. From the moment Kershaw stepped out of the dugout, the roar was deafening. You could see it on his face, the mixture of focus, gratitude, and the weight of the moment. Fans weren't just cheering a pitcher warming up. They were cheering a career. They were cheering the countless memories, the near-perfect games, the strikeouts, the Cy Young seasons, the 2020 World Series triumph, and the endless dedication he gave to this franchise. Kershaw has always been known for his fierce competitiveness, but on this night, he allowed himself to soak it all in. He tipped his cap, he smiled, and for once, he let the emotions show. And as the game began, you could sense every pitch mattered just a little bit more. This wasn't about the box score. This was about savoring one last time watching one of the greatest left-handers of all time dominate on that mound. His command, his curveball, that signature delivery, it was all still there, even after years of injuries, rehab, and wear on his arm. When he struck out the first batter of the night, the crowd erupted, chanting his name, Kershaw. 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 It wasn't just a chant, it was gratitude echoing throughout Chavez Ravine. After the game, when reporters gathered around him, Kershaw opened up in a way fans rarely see. He admitted this one felt different. He acknowledged that stepping off that mound for the last time in front of his home fans was emotional in a way he couldn't fully prepare for. He said he thought he could treat it like just another start, but as soon as he heard the crowd and felt the love pouring out from Dodger Nation, he knew this was unlike anything else in his career. He spoke softly, but his words carried the weight of 17 years in the big leagues. "This place has meant everything to me," he said. "I grew up here. I became who I am here, and I'll never forget what Dodger fans have given me." And Dodger fans gave him everything that night. There were banners thanking him. Fans wore number 22 jerseys everywhere you looked. Kids who grew up watching him sat on their parents' shoulders to see their hero one last time. Even longtime Dodger legends in attendance stood and applauded. There was no question this was more than a baseball game. This was a farewell ceremony written on the field. The Dodgers organization made sure it was special, too. Before the game, a video montage played on the big screen. It showed highlights of his entire career, from his debut in 2008, to his 3 Cy Young Awards, his MVP season, his no-hitter in 2014, and of course, finally lifting the Commissioner's Trophy in 2020. The crowd cheered at every clip, but the loudest ovation came when the screen showed him celebrating with his family. Because that's something fans have always admired about Kershaw. He's not just a competitor, he's a devoted family man. His wife Ellen and their kids were there in the stands, soaking in every moment with him, just as they've been there through all the highs and lows. Kershaw admitted after the game that having his family there was the part that truly made the night complete. He said it meant everything that his kids could see him pitch one last time at home, old enough now to remember it. He smiled as he said, "They don't know much about baseball stats, but they know Dodger Stadium. And tonight, they'll never forget it." That sentiment summed up what this night was all about, not just baseball numbers, not just trophies, but legacy, family, and the bond between a player and a city. Teammates also spoke out after the game, and their words were powerful. Mookie Betts called him the ultimate competitor, and said he's never played with anyone who prepares harder. Freddie Freeman said he's grateful he got to share a dugout with a Hall of Famer and a leader. And perhaps the most emotional tribute came from Dave Roberts, the manager, who said, "I don't know if Dodger Stadium will ever feel the same without him. He's been our rock for so long, and tonight, I just wanted him to feel how much he means to all of us." Opponents weren't silent either. Players from the other dugout tipped their caps as he walked off the mound. You don't see that often in sports, an entire opposing team showing respect to a player. But that's the mark of Clayton Kershaw's career. Even those who had to face him, even hitters who struck out countless times against that devastating curveball, recognized they were competing against greatness. But while the night was celebratory, it was also bittersweet. Fans know this is the end of an era. The Dodgers have been spoiled for 17 years with one of the greatest pitchers in baseball history anchoring their rotation. Few teams in sports get to witness that kind of consistency and dominance from one player for so long. And now, as he prepares to walk away, the question is what's next for the Dodgers without him? And what's next for Kershaw himself? He said he hasn't thought too far ahead, other than spending more time with his family, being a dad, and maybe getting involved in baseball in another way down the road. But for now, he's content with stepping away on his own terms. That in itself is remarkable. So many pitchers have careers cut short by injuries. So many don't get to choose when to leave the game. Kershaw admitted there were times he thought his career might be over early because of the injuries to his back and arm. But he kept fighting, kept rehabbing, and kept coming back because he loved the game too much to let go. And now, he gets to go out with dignity, with cheers instead of questions, with gratitude instead of regrets. And fans? They'll never forget. The final image of Kershaw walking off the Dodger Stadium mound, tipping his cap to the roaring crowd, is now part of Dodgers history forever. Just like Sandy Koufax, just like Vin Scully's last call, just like Kirk Gibson's famous home run, Kershaw's farewell is now another timeless chapter in the Dodgers' story. When he was asked how he wants to be remembered, Kershaw paused. He didn't mention Cy Young awards or strikeout records. He didn't bring up his MVP or even his World Series ring. He simply said, "I hope people remember that I cared. That I cared about my teammates, that I cared about this team, and that I gave everything I had every time I pitched." And honestly, that's exactly how fans will remember him. Because Clayton Kershaw was never just about the numbers. Yes, the numbers are staggering: over 200 wins, over 3,000 strikeouts, a career ERA among the lowest of the modern era. He's a first-ballot Hall of Famer without question. But what made him beloved wasn't just the dominance. It was the heart. The way he battled every single outing. The way he lifted his teammates. The way he stayed loyal to Los Angeles when other stars moved on. The way he embraced the city, gave back through his foundation, and connected with fans far beyond the baseball diamond. And as the night came to a close, as fans slowly walked out of Dodger Stadium still buzzing from the emotions, one thing was clear: Clayton Kershaw's impact will never fade. His number 22 will hang in the rafters someday. His name will be spoken in the same breath as Koufax and Drysdale. And for those who were there, they'll always be able to say, "I was at Kershaw's last home start. I saw history." Baseball is a game of eras, and this one, Clayton Kershaw's era, has been one of the most special in Dodgers history. His farewell isn't the end of that story. It's the beginning of a legend that will be told for generations. And as Kershaw himself walked away from the cameras, he left with one final smile, saying simply, "Thank you, Dodger fans. Thank you for everything."